this is Bricks and Hammers. I'm so glad to be back. I've been playing the game, but if you didn't see my last video, we had tons of problems. So I did a few new playthroughs and I did record them, but they were just not working out. And I did not want to keep posting videos and where I fucking sucked and I destroyed the base and our dupes were dying and getting stressed. So I finally got a playthrough and actually recorded all those playthroughs. And I'm recording this after I played this playthrough as well. But I just, this is the one that worked out the best, at least for now. But I did want to post it for you guys to see it and how we were doing in our new home. This is our new home, and of course in every playthrough that I've played, I've had my wonderful dupes to keep me company, Momo, Gnome, and Bertrand as well. So here we are picking them. And we have Momo, who's going to be helping out with the cooking, Gnome that's going to be helping out with the research, and Bertrand will be helping out with, that's not the one either. No, come on, keep going. Nope. See, I can see into the future basically now. Anyway, Bertrand's going to be doing our creative things, painting our masterpieces, because one of the biggest problems that we had was a stress. So we're gonna have to decorate our whole place, you know, as quickly as possible in order to be able to survive. I just wanted to tell you a few things before we begin, and that is I tried to pick the most low maintenance dupes possible, lowest level, lowest decor expectation, and lowest food quality expectation, I guess. Just because we need them to be somewhat calm right at the beginning. Right? We are almost going into now our new planet, our new base. So excited. And so, alright, so I tried a few things during my experiment playthroughs. I tried having less dupes, I tried having more dupes, I tried doing like a good planting, a farming thing. And in this playthrough, what I decided to do was, you know what, fuck the new agricultural update. Planting these farms are just too complicated. So basically, I have not built in the real-time playthrough that I'm on right now. That's a cycle 100. I have not planted a single plant. And once I get these videos up, I will be doing like the real life commentary so we can actually see that. But as for now, this is all kind of boring things. So I'm gonna probably like speed through these most likely until we get into cycle 100. So what I did in this video, we're gonna go up to cycle 20. And basically what we did was we set up our research and we set up our kitchen, and all we're gonna eat from here until we have farms is just gonna be dirt. We're gonna make mush bars and mush bars and mush bars all over the place, and we're gonna eat them and we're gonna enjoy it because we like grisly food. Anyway, that's what we're gonna do in this basically in these next 20 cycles. And we're also because I just figured we need to get the best conditions, the best temperature, the best air pressure, and the water in order to get more seeds. So we should just stock up on seeds until we have that. And well, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna leave you for music. I will stop by and comment a few things along the way. But for now, let's just listen to the music and see the dupes go all fast. I love that. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So as you can see, the first thing that we built was a massage table, just so we can not get our dupes all stressed right from the beginning. And we also have like all these natural gas blobs in our base. I don't know why that happened. We just started, we're in cycle 2, and we have all these natural gas out of nowhere. I don't know if like the dupes make that, or like the bathroom, or where does that even come from? I know that fertilizer makers make natural gas, but I don't know why, and we keep getting them like throughout this playthrough, just random blobs of natural gas in our base. Anyway, my plan for the massage tables was I set this one up to from 10, like the dupes get 10% stressed and it goes down to 0. And my plan was to get like a progressive sort of thing going. Like the next massage table that I would make would go from 20 to 10 and something like that. I feel like that's a good strategy in order for the dupes to not get as stressed. We do get like a stressed dupes at some point here, but not in these 20 cycles, but at some point I don't even remember. But I did end up setting them to like 15 to 5 or something like that, and I think that actually works even better, just because then you don't make them go from one massage table to the next. In any case, that was one of the first things to get in order, and I'm also doing these auto harvest things just so we can take advantage, just like we did in the other playthrough as well, take advantage of the plants that are already planted and getting a little bit of food there. are gonna get our new dupe, because I kind of wanted to get a new dupe right away. Just so I could have somebody doing research, somebody, running around, and somebody that was cooking at all times, because if we're gonna live off mush bars, then we need to just keep them going. They're not very nutritious whatsoever. So I did that. I also set up 2 different, power plants, just because we were having trouble with our electricity, and we also had trouble with our oxygen. So I decided to put an algae deoxidizer in both ends, just so we wouldn't run into that trouble. And we actually started with a bunch of algae, and we still had a bunch of algae all around, so it was fine. My first instinct was to have one on and then turn it off and have the other one on, and I did that for a long while. But in any case, we didn't need it to have 2 separate circuits if we wanted to have our research center and also our kitchen going, because otherwise it would have been horrific. And I think it worked pretty well. Right now we're not doing any cooking, but with our new dupe, now we can do everything all at once. So a couple of things here. Right after we researched the big batteries, we changed the batteries. I think we didn't do that in our first base, and it was kind of a silly mistake. But we did that. I got it through my head that I needed to do that. Right when the research was finished, then I would change the batteries up, because they really do help a lot. And then the same thing, right when the cooking station was finished research, then we just changed it up so we could have, and then I also made the dupes couldn't eat the mush bar itself, so we had time to fry it. And it goes pretty well, and the refrigerator that I barely ever used in this game, but now I feel like it's the most essential thing ever created. Now we have that, because another big problem that we had in our first playthrough was that our food, even though we had some so our dupes wouldn't starve to death, it would keep going stale and rot right before our eyes. So I just got the fridge because I thought it was just imperialist. Imperialist, is that the word that I want to use? I just thought it was necessary for us to. I guess imperialist doesn't mean what I think it means. In any case, whatever, I'm rambling now. The fridge was totally needed in order to do that. And here we get our 5th dupe as well. And I just get whatever dupe because we kind of need the manpower just to make it so that the rest of the things that I queue up will still get done, even though I want people to be researching and I want people to be cooking. And I also had to play around with the jobs, and I've never had to do that in so early in this game in order for the dupes to actually be doing that. And then I also disabled the printing pod, which is a new feature as well, just because we only have 5 beds, first of all, and I feel like at this time of the game, 5 is really all that we need. We have somebody researching, somebody running around, somebody cooking, and then we have the other things being done. If you saw before, we are digging through the ice biome that's right next door, and I also queue up eventually a few more other things. Here we set up the storage compactors that I hadn't done that, but there is there's a hatch running around, mostly at the bottom, that I don't want to eat our valuable things. So I made them so we could store our algae, our seeds, mostly our metal, and I also put the dirt to be stored because since we're gonna be eating the dirt, we want as much of that dirt to be close by as possible. This is another thing that as soon as I researched it, I wanted to put paintings all over just so we could, not have any issues with that as well. I pretty much spammed them because right now we weren't doing that well with stress people. We have 9%, 10%, but we were handling the power and the massage tables. So I just let them queue up a bunch of paintings so we could just, just forget about it and let them get to it when they would get to it. And these sort of things that what helps in the long run, I feel, just spamming whenever you can the new space for decor, so you can just manage the stress problem before it actually begins. So as you can see, we basically managed to build 2 power stations, 2 different circuits, one with our research, one with our cooking station. We've been taking it super duper 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 slow as to not get overwhelmed utterly and completely by everything around us. We have been able to handle mostly our stress problem and now our food problem, even though it's not very tasty, even though it's not, you know, blossom seeds. I don't even know what they're called anymore. They're the bristle blossoms. So we were just trying, as I told you before, we were just trying to literally survive and try to get a handle on this new, all these new mechanics. And I feel like just cheating the game into not using the new stuff is sort of what has worked out for me. And of course, if you guys feel like you can do so much better, and there's a lot of other YouTubers that play this game can do it so much better than I can, you should go and watch them, and better yet, you should play the game for yourself and figure it out for yourself. But in the meanwhile, since you're here with me, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will post the next 20 cycles tomorrow, so you can check out what is next in store for us in our, what did I call it? In our outrageous laboratory. Because we are experimenting. That's why I picked that name. I thought it was very, very adequate for what we were trying to achieve here, which is just trying to, you know, finding ways to survive in this game. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!